Can an egg a day keep the doctor away? As it turns out, yes, and then some. Here are some of the biggest benefits of an egg-heavy diet. Eggs are chock full of vitamins and minerals, many of which are good for the immune system. Vitamins A and B12 in particular have been found to boost immune function. Egg yolk is also a great source of vitamin D, which can both help you avoid getting sick as well as aid your recovery if you do happen to catch something.
Sickness be gone!
In an article for NBC Today, nutritionist Frances Largeman-Roth explained, when you're recovering from a cold or flu and don't have much energy, eggs are probably about the easiest and fastest food to whip together. Eating eggs can also help supply you with two vital minerals for immune health, zinc and selenium. Medical News Today explains, selenium is an essential trace mineral that is important for many bodily processes, including cognitive function, a healthy immune system, and fertility in both men and women. The vitamins in eggs aren't just important for strengthening the immune system, they're also essential for brain health. An egg contains not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 nutrients that are known to boost brain health: vitamin B6, vitamin B12, folate, and choline. According to Healthline, vitamin B12 is involved in synthesizing brain chemicals and regulating sugar levels in the brain. The outlet also states that B vitamins have been found to slow the progression of mental decline in the elderly. Folate is also a vital nutrient because deficiencies in this vitamin have been found in people with depression and elderly patients with dementia. Lastly, choline helps your body create acetylcholine, which, Healthline says, helps regulate mood and memory. Despite the role choline plays in brain health, many people don't actually consume enough of it. Luckily, you'll get plenty of it from egg yolks. On average, one egg contains 26% of a woman's recommended daily value of choline. If you struggle with chronic inflammation, following an anti-inflammatory diet can help. Eating foods rich in vegetables, fish, seeds, nuts, fruits, and healthy oils can not only reduce symptoms associated with inflammation, but also reduce the risk of developing an inflammation-related disease. Foods that contain antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids are especially helpful in reducing inflammation. Although eggs are not generally thought of as an antioxidant-rich food, a study in 2011 revealed that they do indeed contain antioxidant properties. When eggs are cooked, they lose about half of these properties, but they'll still retain enough to matter. Jianping Wu, one of the experts behind the study, told Science Daily, "It's a big reduction, but it still leaves eggs equal to apples in their antioxidant value." In addition to their antioxidant properties, eggs are an omega-3 fortified food, meaning they're a great choice for anyone who needs to follow an anti-inflammatory diet. Eating eggs, specifically the yolks, was once thought to raise LDL cholesterol levels, otherwise known as bad cholesterol. Consuming too much of this stuff can lead to heart disease, and so many choose to avoid cholesterol-rich foods. For some, that meant staying away from eggs altogether, or opting for egg whites only. However, Anthony Komaroff, professor of medicine at Harvard Medical School, explained in a letter that this belief isn't quite on the mark. In fact, he says research has since proven that most of the cholesterol in our body is made by our liver. It doesn't come from cholesterol we eat. The liver is stimulated to make cholesterol primarily by saturated fat and trans fat in our diet, not dietary cholesterol. Although it's true that a large egg contains 1.5 grams of saturated fat on average, studies have shown that moderate egg consumption does not increase a person's risk of developing heart disease. In fact, the almighty egg may even protect against it.
Can I offer you a nice egg?
That said, you should watch what you eat alongside your eggs. Komaroff wrote, "The saturated fat in butter, cheese, bacon, sausage, muffins, or scones, for example, raises your blood cholesterol much more than the cholesterol in your egg." While high levels of bad cholesterol can lead to cardiovascular problems, having a higher level of HDL, or good cholesterol, is, well, a good thing. According to the Mayo Clinic, HDL picks up excess cholesterol in your blood and takes it back to your liver where it's broken down and removed from your body. Both men and women should aim to raise their good cholesterol to 60 milligrams per deciliter. This can be done in a variety of ways, including exercising on a regular basis, quitting smoking, and eating foods that have been proven to raise HDL cholesterol levels. Despite eggs' reputation of being bad for the body due to their cholesterol content, several studies have proven that eating eggs will actually raise your good cholesterol while having a nominal effect on your bad cholesterol levels. Bad news: egg white masks aren't actually a great idea, as there's a risk that using them could give you salmonella. The good news, though, is that eating cooked eggs can be even more beneficial to your skin.
Impressive. Very nice.
Medical News Today notes that the vitamins and minerals in eggs can help promote healthy skin and prevent the breakdown of body tissues. Selenium, in particular, is great at this. Citing several studies, registered nutritionist Joe Lewin wrote for BBC Good Food that a selenium-rich diet can help to protect against skin cancer, sun damage, and age spots. Luckily, 2 large eggs contain 56% of your recommended daily value of selenium, which boosts the immune system and helps you feel good. But that doesn't mean you should only eat a diet consisting of eggs. Medical News Today writes, to experience the health benefits of eggs, a person should eat them as part of a balanced diet. Basically, don't go putting all your eggs in one basket. If you're deciding between scrambled eggs and a bagel for breakfast, you may pick the latter, thinking it'll keep you fuller longer. But science says that's not the case. In fact, scientists compared these 2 breakfasts and found a clear winner. In a study conducted by the Department of Psychology at St. Louis University in Missouri, participants who were classified as overweight or obese fasted overnight. The next morning, the subject ate either an equal-weight egg or a bagel-based breakfast, followed by lunch a few hours later. This happened in random order 2 weeks apart. In the end, the researchers found that eating eggs for breakfast induced greater satiety and significantly reduced short-term food intake. Yes, the incredible egg beats the bagel on the fullness scale. How? Julie Kay, a New York City-based registered dietitian, explained to Women's Day, eggs are a perfect combination of protein and fat, so they're more satisfying than other breakfast foods. A study by St. Louis University's Department of Psychology concluded that eggs were found to reduce short-term food intake. The combination of protein and fat makes eggs more satiating and, in turn, reduces the urge to keep eating. And fewer meals equals, you guessed it, weight loss. In a separate study comparing bagels and eggs, researchers found that people who ate eggs over an 8-week timeframe experienced a 16% greater reduction in body fat percentage, 34% greater reduction in waist size, 61% greater reduction in body mass index, and a 65% greater reduction in overall weight loss. The results were clear. Eating eggs enhances weight loss. That said, when you eat eggs also matters. Lauren Harris-Pincus, a registered dietitian nutritionist, told The Healthy, make sure to consume adequate protein at breakfast to keep you satisfied all morning, control cravings, support muscle mass and metabolism, and decrease snacking later. The protein in eggs does more than help keep you fuller longer, it also gives you energy. A review of over 25 studies on eggs conducted and published by nutrition professors in Nutrition Today determined that eggs are a great source of sustained energy.
Gotta go fast!
This is, in part, because the protein in eggs doesn't cause blood sugar or insulin to spike. Instead, it supplies a steady flow of energy. The vitamins in eggs are also thought to aid in energy production. In addition to providing and sustaining energy, eggs contain the amino acid leucine, which helps the body utilize the energy provided by protein as well as build and maintain muscle. All things considered, the study's authors concluded, our review of the science suggests that eggs are an ideal protein choice, plus they are very affordable. If you buy shampoos and conditioners fortified with biotin, you may be surprised to learn that eating eggs, specifically the yolks, can further increase your biotin intake. Joshua Zeichner, Director of Cosmetic and Clinical Research in the Department of Dermatology at Mount Sinai Hospital, told Health, biotin, a B-complex vitamin, may play a role in the development of keratin. Since both hair and nails are made of keratin, through a similar process in the body, it's thought that nutrients that help one can also help the other. Eggs also contain vitamin B12, protein, zinc, not to mention iron. These are all nutrients you want for healthy hair. Dermatologist Dendi Engelman told Pop Sugar, hair thrives on protein, iron, zinc, and vitamin B12. These nutrients help support hair structure, growth, break down carbs and fats, moisturize the scalp, and distribute oxygen to the cells. You may not be familiar with lysine, but this essential amino acid has some pretty incredible health benefits. According to one study, it appears to reduce long-term anxiety and acute stress, and eggs contain plenty of it.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Healthline explains that lysine can also suppress herpes outbreaks, improve glucose responses in diabetics, and even lower blood pressure. The publication notes, it may also improve your health overall by helping your body produce collagen, digestive enzymes, antibodies, and protein hormones. Although lysine supplements are available, Healthline recommends getting your lysine from natural sources wherever possible. In addition to eggs, lysine can be found in dairy products like yogurt, cheese, butter, and milk, as well as meat and seafood. Carrots and dark greens have earned a reputation for improving eyesight, but they're not the only foods that can boost your eye health. Erin Dummett, a dietitian from Wisconsin, told Today's Dietitian, "We all know that leafy green vegetables are high in lutein, but eggs are another good source. While they comparatively have a smaller amount, a new study shows that they are more bioavailable. That means that even though there is a smaller amount of lutein in eggs, it goes directly into the bloodstream." Dummett is thankful that studies are now proving the benefits of eating eggs, and not just to the eyes, but the body as a whole. She goes on, "I think there are still a lot of people out there who are afraid of eating eggs after so many years of talking about them in terms of cholesterol concerns. So sharing this research gives them another healthy reason to start eating more eggs." Unfortunately, science has not yet developed any medical treatments for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. However, there are ways to prevent liver damage or even reverse it during the early stages of the disease. Making diet changes is one of the best ways to do this. In an interview with the University of Chicago, registered dietitian Annie Guinane explained, "We recommend patients with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease drink 3 cups of coffee per day, eat 4 tablespoons of olive oil a day, and follow a Mediterranean diet, which emphasizes eating primarily plant-based foods and healthy fats." This may not sound like traditional diet advice, but the Mediterranean diet involved fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, legumes, and lean meats. Eating eggs in particular is helpful to the liver. One study conducted by researchers in 2014 found that an increased intake of choline, which is found in eggs, can lower a person's risk of developing this incurable liver disease. You've heard of drinking milk for strong bones, but what about eating eggs? Egg yolks contain a substantial amount of vitamin D, which can improve bone health. They're also good for the teeth, since they contain phosphorus, vitamin K, and vitamin D. But those aren't the only nutrients that make eggs a superfood for the teeth. The high protein content also helps. Dentist Akshima Sahi revealed in an article for News Medical, proteins are vital for the formation and maintenance of the tooth structure. They also protect the mucosa and the connective tissue lining the oral cavity, and contribute toward a healthy immune system.